Hello there guys, and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. In this video, we will be taking a look at the recently released pilot experience simulation Maule M7-235. In this first look video, we will be examining the 3D modeling, the texture work, the aircraft features and systems, and we will be taking it for a short flight around the area to put it to the test. Without further ado, let's get started. The pilot experience Maule ships in 3 variants, 2 of which with different set of wheels and the floats variant. The Maule M7-235 is built by Maule Air. It's a light, STOL aircraft, short takeoff and landing. For the price point of the aircraft, I believe that Pilot Experience Simulation has done a fairly good job modeling the aircraft exterior, with some very nice details on the aircraft wing and the aircraft fuselage in general. The use of PBR material is done very well, and the overall aircraft texturing is also done to an acceptable standard. In terms of the interior 3D cockpit, I believe that Pilot Experience Simulation has done a fairly good job really texturing the aircraft, and the 3D modeling is done quite well. Not exactly my expectation of the high fidelity considering Microsoft Flight Simulator standards and some of the other aircrafts in the same price range as the Maule 7, but overall a very good effort by the developer. Pilot Experience Simulation has integrated a control panel with this Maule 7, which is accessible by clicking on the clipboard here. It allows you to toggle the Garmin devices between the 530, 430, and the 750, 650 devices, and you can also toggle the ground equipment, payload as well. As you can see here in the back of the aircraft, we've got some Amazon packages here to be delivered, and we can simply click here to show and hide the elements within the 3D cockpit. The language is syntactically ambiguous in this aircraft. It says wheel chocks removed. Actually, they are not removed right now. If we switch to the outside, as you can see, the chocks are still placed. But if you click here, it says wheel chocks set. And I think it says it would be better if this had read set wheel chocks and remove wheel chocks. I think that would fix this problem here with the language. Let us now start the aircraft from the cold and dark state and take it for a short flight to put it to the test. Now, the sounds on this aircraft, the engine sounds as well as the sounds of the switches is okay. It's not the highest fidelity possible, but I think it's still done to an acceptable standard. We're going to move the yoke here. And by the way, you'll be very pleased to know that the circuit breakers are modeled, which is, a pleasant surprise to be able to see that they've taken the time to actually model functional circuit breakers within the aircraft. We're going to move both yokes here. It's a bit awkward to reach the buttons here because of the throttle quadrant, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and turn on the battery switch. Again, the sounds are, not the highest fidelity, but they're okay. Anti-collision light is on. We're going to set the fuel selector to both tanks, and we are going to put the mixture on full rich, prop full forward, and we're going to crack the throttle just a little bit here. And let's go ahead and start the aircraft. The start switch is here.
Clear prop.
There we go. We have a good start. And now we can turn on the avionics switch. I've noticed that there is a bug in this aircraft. The secondary GPS device, or the transponder, beg your pardon, does not work unless you go first to the main menu and come back and load the aircraft. So this is a bug, hopefully can be addressed by the developers. All right, the Garmin devices are coming up, and if we take this to about 2,000 RPM. All right, here we go, 2,000 RPM. We can see the cylinder head temperature still idle. We can come here and do a magneto check. and we can see a very slight drop in the RPM. We can see the cylinder head temperature is definitely now moving to the green. Let's go ahead and idle the power once more. All right, nav lights, let me go here. All right, nav lights are on, and we are good to go. The aircraft seems to be quite a large cockpit, so I'm going to just adjust my view here so we can see the nose of the aircraft. There we go. And let's head over to the runway and depart. Parking brake released. I've noticed that the aircraft controls are quite sensitive on this aircraft, more so than other aircraft, which is kind of a shame. But the ground physics anyway in Microsoft Flight Simulator is needs a lot of work, and this is quite evident in this aircraft and many others. But in this aircraft, I have found this to be a little more pronounced, for the lack of a better term. We are now lined up with the runway and ready to go. This is a very short runway, so we're really going to test the stall capabilities of this Maule 7 by pilot experience simulations. Right, let's give it full power. And we are airborne. Doesn't take very much to get this aircraft off the ground. Very, very sensitive on the controls. The aircraft overall is very fluid, flies very well, I must say. Overall, a very nice feel to this aircraft. Let's go ahead and try to open the doors mid-flight, and you'll see that there is no effect of the wind on the doors, which is, again, I'm not sure if this is a Microsoft Flight Simulator thing, but this is probably not a very accurate thing in mid-air. The doors, you shouldn't be able to open the doors in mid-air, and the ambient sounds do not change either. Right, we're going to go ahead and install the aircraft. So we're going to idle the power completely. We're going to lift the nose up. And that's the stall. All right, and the next stall test we're going to do is we are going to extend the flaps completely. And now we're going to attempt to stall the aircraft again. Again, very, very touchy on the controls. We do have the stall, but the behavior there is definitely not very accurate. In terms of the stall in dirty configuration. Let's head back to the ranch and attempt to land the aircraft. Parking brake set. My overall assessment of the Maule M7 by Pilot Experience Simulation is that the aircraft is built to an acceptable standard overall. The exterior model as well as the details on the exterior are done quite well. The aircraft interior and sounds are a bit lacking in my view considering the price point of the aircraft. The aircraft controls are extremely touchy and it ships with a few bugs that needs ironing out by the developer. In terms of my final recommendations, considering the price point of the aircraft and the availability of other STOL aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator with the same price range, I believe that this aircraft does not really offer much in terms of functionality and features. It is therefore my recommendation to invest your money elsewhere at this point in time. There are many excellent STOL aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator in the same price range as the Maule 7. Well folks, this is pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this short review of the Pilot Experience Simulation Maule M7-235. If you have any questions, please do post them in the comment section below. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.